moment, we're going to show some runway photos also that this insider has sent to you and provided to you from Lockheed Martin. So take me back here. This Lockheed Martin insider tells you that in 2004, one of their craft that they had built using alien technology had crashed, and a firefight ensued between Lockheed Martin employees and JSOC, who descended on this site at the same time. So, can you go through this in more detail?
Absolutely. He simply sends me an email, says that and I am going to protect him, even though he really didn't ask. The only thing he ever asked me not to do was name the city and town of the Lockheed storage facilities, and will definitely absolutely do that. And I'm not even going to say where he works now because I didn't even know what the company was until I heard it on another podcast, and I almost fell off my chair. With that being said, I get an email about 2 weeks ago. Says he was in the military. He worked for DIA, a three-letter agency that, Clayton, is not happy with me because I finger the DIA as being running the alien interrogation and retention facility at one point south of Area 51. And he says that I once worked for Lockheed. I no longer do. I work for a subcontractor. So he was in the military, DIA, Lockheed. Now he works for another subcontractor. He said, I know why there is one of the confusions and the situations in the logjam in Congress regarding this NDAA disclosure and the disclosure amendment is that Congress finally knows and realizes that Lockheed has its own NHI, non-human intelligent craft. Well, I wrote him back. I'm like, well, everyone knows that the government, gave out material, metals, whatnot, maybe even whole craft to various agencies, Lockheed Skunkworks being one of them. He said, no, you don't understand. Let me finish the whole story. This is from him, not my investigation. He said that Lockheed eventually broke through, his words, of how to successfully reproduce a not NHI, a non-human intelligent craft. They were so successful at it that they ended up um, not informing the government of their breakthrough. And at one point, this letter tells me that Lockheed actually told the government, that craft, and I'm being glib here, that craft, that alien craft he gave us in 62, we just can't figure it out. You want it back? And I'm being glib. And quote, we just can't figure out the technology. We can't move it past. We're at a firewall. Can't happen. A complete lie from Lockheed to the oversight committee or who was ever oversighting these black projects. This is from the whistleblower. On top of that, that Lockheed created its own, and this is in the 70s, created its own recovery team where they were, this is kind of like two repo people trying to get two banks vying for the same car, trying to
Right, right.
repossess it, that they were actually tracking extraterrestrial craft along with aspects of the government, whether that be NORAD or JSOC, because Lockheed had developed advanced radar systems. They had their own aircraft and helicopters, and they developed this recovery team. And they also developed their own recovery team. So this team, listen to me very closely, folks, so that this team could pounce on their Lockheed craft that they reproduced that might have crashed so the government didn't get it. Does that make sense? So we've created this really advanced extraterrestrial-esque craft. We've lied to the government about it because we're going to hide this and just use it for our own good for whatever that is. And if this crashes, we need to recover it before the government recovers it. So the story is crazy. I'm like, this is absolutely unbelievable. I know he's legit because I know by the vernacular in his email, the coding, the abbreviations. I know an insider email in 12 seconds now, doing this for 5 years. He says that it gets even crazier. He says that in 2004, a Lockheed ARV, a alien reproduction vehicle, was flying in South Nevada. I will not give the small town, and it crashed. But this craft was being tracked by JSOC because JSOC thought it was actually an interplanetary or interdimensional extraterrestrial craft. I hope you're following me.
Right,
So
right.
it crashes in southern.
They thought this